In Changsha, just 300 kilometers from where the coronavirus originated, people live in fear. Home to 7 million people, it remains outside the exclusion zone authorities have created to contain the disease. But residents say it's only a matter of time before the contagious virus spreads across the city. At least 8 Chinese cities have imposed travel restrictions to prevent the spread of the coronavirus, as more than 50 million people are expected to spend the Lunar New Year under lockdown. Major tourist sites have been closed across the country, including the Forbidden City, a section of the Great Wall, and Shanghai's Disney Resort. During an emergency meeting held on Saturday, President Xi Jinping said China was facing a grave situation, urging officials to accelerate the delivery of medical aid.
Our top story, South Korea has reported its third confirmed case of the Wuhan coronavirus. The Korea Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says a 54-year-old Korean man who flew to Incheon last Monday from Wuhan tested positive. Confirmation of his infection Sunday came a day after South Korea expanded its coronavirus watch zone from Wuhan to all of China. This requires all travelers from China arriving in South Korea to fill out detailed health questionnaires. As of Sunday morning, China had confirmed 1,975 cases of infection and 56 deaths. The virus has also reached Europe, with at least 3 patients confirmed in France. Australia has reported its first case in a Chinese man in his 50s. The virus has also been confirmed in Taiwan, Thailand, Japan, Singapore, and the U.S.
Proceedings began with House managers delivering the record of their impeachment case to the Senate. No less than 28,578 pages of evidence. Donald Trump's legal team said he had done nothing wrong, had acted in the national interest, and was a victim of the Democrats' desire to get him off the ballot for this year's presidential vote.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Justice. They're asking you not only to overturn the results of the last election, but as I've said before, they're asking you to remove President Trump from the ballot in an election that's occurring in approximately 9 months.
Jeffrey Epstein's death in a New York prison was ruled a suicide, but a high-profile forensic pathologist has told 9 News authorities might not be right and that his injuries point to murder. The businessman was facing charges for child sex trafficking, the doctor believing Epstein may have become a target in jail.
From a life of luxury and glamorous parties to this, the federal prison where Jeffrey Epstein lived his last days. With permission from Epstein's brother, 9 News can show you inside his cell after his body was removed.
He felt very threatened in the prison. He thought that there were people there who were out to harm him.
The Manhattan businessman was facing sex trafficking charges for paying young girls to perform sex acts under the guise of massages. The New York City chief medical examiner ruled his death a suicide, but his younger brother Mark wasn't convinced, so hired top forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Barden to sit in on the autopsy.
Italy's right-wing populist leader Matteo Salvini is trying to trigger a political earthquake this Sunday. He's been campaigning across the region of Emilia-Romagna for weeks, hoping that his League Party candidate there can defeat the long-established left in Sunday's election.
Lucia Borgonzone will
not just win the election, she'll triumph. It depends on you. Hooray for Emilia-Romagna. Hooray for democracy. Hooray for freedom. Hooray for the League. And if we win, we'll send home Conte, Renzi, Di Maio and Zingaretti.
Conte, Renzi, Di Maio e Zingaretti.
Todos os escombros. Então, primeiramente, nós tivemos que tirar o escombro da casa de cima.
Breaking news coming in right there. The army has confirmed the terror group Jaish-e-Mohammed has been complete rundown in an encounter in Jammu and Kashmir's Tral area. Out of the 3 dead terrorists, one was the topmost Jaish commander, Qari Yasir. He was involved in the Pulwama attack that took place last year in February. The army also said that not only Jaish-e-Mohammed, but groups like Lashkar-e-Taiba, Al-Badr and Hizbul Mujahideen are completely decimated from the valley. Riaz Naiko is the only commander left of Hizbul Mujahideen.
Job Scala is the MDC Member of Parliament for Zengeza West in the town of Chitungwiza, southeast of Harare. His treason trial kicks off next week after his arrest in July last year. That's after he told a rally that President Mnangagwa should be toppled for failing to repair Zimbabwe's economy.
The first thing is that, since the coup in our country in November 2017, Zimbabwe has gone through a very sad process whereby political persecution against opponents of the government took unprecedented levels since the overthrow of Robert Mugabe. Each and every citizen of this country opposed to the current government has been accused of treasonous acts the moment when you speak against it.
A pilot in his 60s is recovering in hospital tonight after his light plane crashed at a private airstrip southwest of Brisbane. It's believed the man was attempting to land when his plane flipped and hit a tree.
In the middle of an airfield, a plane that missed its runway. The pilot seriously injured. Emergency services called in. The plane's right wing damaged, the plane on its belly, the pilot still inside.
It's believed the pilot was attempting to land on a private grass airstrip just behind this hill when a heavy crosswind forced the plane to flip and hit a tree.
The plane crash landed at the airstrip at Arachula, southwest of Brisbane this morning after a short trip up from Byron Bay. The ordeal witnessed by a number of other pilots attending a private function at the property. The pilot in his 60s was flown to the Princess Alexandra Hospital and is being treated for suspected head and spinal injuries.
Hey man, hey! Yo, relax, relax, stop, stop. I got. Guys, let's move. Hey, everybody chill. He's not moving. Come to my side. We'll move up and look at him. All right? Do I have 3 on me?
John, you got 4.
I'm moving up. Moving. Guys, deconflict. Hands.
Show your hands.
Hands.
Show your hands.
All right. He's unconscious right now, guys. Let's get him out. Come here. Hey, come out. Take him into custody. Let's get him in custody. Get him in custody.